Hey, D'Angelo, you've been in this situation many times before. How comfortable were you feeling heading down the stretch tonight when you were when they needed the baskets? You seemed to get the key shots.
Very comfortable, very comfortable. Like you said, been in that situation where you need that stop, got a decision to make either a 2-for-1 type situation or get the last shot type situation when the clock's either on your side or not. So, been in it plenty of times, just trying to take advantage and get the best shot possible.
You ever have wine poured on you during an NBA game?
Oh, never. Was that what that was?
Yeah, looked like it.
Need it more often. Start making shots. No, it never happened. No, that was cool though.
Was it weird? I mean, you said you don't obviously expect water or whatever you thought it was.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever kind of ran into a fan like that and spilled a drink. So it was the first time for everything.
Did that in any way kind of like jolt you? I mean, you immediately hit I think 2 straight threes. Like just even an interaction like that maybe jolting your brain a little.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. You're so locked into the game, you don't really, the great ones kind of have fun with that, and they really, they take advantage of it and have fun with it. Like I said, but like I said, that's my first time. I thought that was pretty cool, and then come out and hit a shot. So, apologize, fan.
D'Angelo, Willie was in here a minute ago, and he said that you set up some of those late shots with what you do earlier in the game. He said you set those shots up over the course of the game, and that when those shots come to you in the fourth quarter, you're ready for them, even if they're not. Is that something you do? You play the kind of a game within the game as the game goes on?
Yeah, man. Like I said, experience is key in this league. I've been in positions where you're down 20, I don't know, 10 minutes left, and you just see a player take over the game, and you just think it's over as a young player. Or I just remember a moment specifically playing against Chris Paul, and he would just pass, and he had a strategy. First quarter, second quarter was a different strategy. Third quarter, then fourth quarter was kind of his, and he remembered. Also, I remember Kobe saying things like that as well. Remember that shot's going to be there at the end of the game and stuff of that sort. So it's just experience, honestly.
D'Angelo, how would you describe the evolution of, in your own career, how you've become so comfortable? I mean, the look on your face, even at the end of the game, when you took those shots, you knew they were going to go in. I mean, that doesn't happen immediately. You had to grow to that. How did you do that?
I think it's just timing, timing of growth, getting that experience for all young players in the league that are, that get, tossed around early just because they haven't polished as quick as others. I think that's your time to kind of lock into your craft in the summer, lock into your craft in the film room, and realize what type of player you're going to be. You can't be it right away when you're not that. So when you get to just dissect your game and know what your pros and cons are and your abilities are, I think that's where you can kind of, you utilize your experience. Some guys it takes 4 years to be as polished as they want. Some guys it takes 5, but I didn't have that right away. I developed it, and for all young players out there, I think that's something you develop over time.
This was another close finish for you guys, and Willie was talking about how it was like a buildup of past mistakes and then rejecting that and showing what you guys have learned. So how did you keep that composure at the end?
Like I said earlier to you, that's our growth. We have a young team. We find a way. I always say young teams find a way to lose at the end of the games. You hang in there, and then you just find a way to miss that rebound. You find a way to miss that free throw. And older teams don't do that. They're solid the course of the game, and you just see that with the young team. And I think that's where our growth was today. We made that free throw. We made that extra rebound. We got that stop. And that was the results in a win.
Hey, D'Angelo, I'm just curious. Draymond is the one foundation building block that's here, has been here most of this season. What kind of a comfort zone is that to have him there? You're sort of the young leader on this team, but he's almost like the coach on the court.
Much needed. It's kind of crazy to see when you're in the finals that long stretch of time, and you never really get a break. Injuries are part of the game, but I think that gives Steph, Clay, those guys that rest that they really, really need. and Dre's just kind of battling it. You know, he's battling that rest. He hasn't took his foot off the gas yet. He doesn't miss shoot around and miss practice. Like, he's going that hard every time, and that shows a sense of his character. You know, and you want to follow guys like that. You know, they have a sense of credibility, and then they have, you know, those leadership qualities to where you want to follow those guys and fight for those guys. And when you see him get those texts, you see him get those. That's just his passion, you know. And it's much needed for a player like myself and then other young guys just for that guidance.
And Steve, over the past few years, has let like Steph and Clay kind of get whatever shots they want to get, and lives with some of the heat check shots because of what they're capable of doing. I'm seeing some of that maybe with you. There's something you guys talked about that, you know, just go out there and do your thing. Is that something he had to say to you, or is that just something that you've grown to accept as a part of this team?
Yeah, those guys are Hall of Fame. Simple as that. They're feeling it. I think y'all seen it and witnessed what they're capable of. Me as a young player, I witnessed it on TV, so I've seen it over time too. But it just gives me the confidence to be around players like that, and I have the confidence in myself. Like I said, I work on those shots. I work on all that in the summertime, perfecting my craft and trying to, you know, add to my game in the summertime. So I think that's just the confidence boost that I have for myself.
What's the benefit of having Steph on the bench like he was tonight?
It's just a different energy, man. When you have Steph and Clay on the bench like that, you get there, you feed off their energy. You see those guys celebrating on the sideline. You see, you know, they give you little nuggets at timeouts and things of that sort that kind of can reboost your confidence, can keep you up when you need it, and it's much needed.